Team Fortress TV. We're here for the ETF2L Season 26 Week Number 1 match between ChampGG.K. Still don't know what the .K stands for. And they're playing against Lowpander. My name is Bren and I'm joined today by Hiipfire and Sam on production. And we got a new little surprise. We got our main man News also going to be doing something a bit different this time. It's going to be like an analyst section at the end of each map, and we'll see if we have time for that. But we're just testing the waters, seeing how it works. But it should be interesting. How are you, Hiipfire? I've talked for far too long.
I'm doing fine. I'm unreasonably excited about this game. I'm probably the only one, though.
Yeah, I think you are. I really think you are. This game, I think they're already going live. We're going to be jumping into it. It's going to be CP Badlands, ChampGG, who play normal, standard Team Fortress 2, and they're going to be playing against the Putis squad, Lowpander, who are very well known for their off-classing. Immediately, someone has timed out, so I don't think we are going live. It was just a false warning.
Well, I guess we can try and introduce the teams real quick.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll go with Lowpander. It's the team that's making this, I guess, a very notable match, I guess. They have Mr. Epic and Granger Bob on Scout, Ubers on Pocket, Hildreth on Demo, Kisakala on Medic, and the one and only Mookie on Flex.
Yeah, this is bizarre. They run this sort of flex lineup. If you haven't watched the Lowpander game, if you don't know what they do, they don't play standard Team Fortress 2, which is the 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, Demo, a medic. They play weird roles where they'll have like a heavy, a spy, and a pyro being ran all at the same time, and it works against bad teams. So they've managed to wake their way into Prem, which is interesting. But they're going to be playing against the ChampGG squad. .K exclamation mark again. Don't know what the .K stands for. I was meaning to ask somebody last time we talked about it, but they're going to be running the roster of Jom, Smear, Tom, Tiger, Maros, and Funds. They keep readying up and leaving every single time. So I don't know when we're going to get going. I imagine our producer, Mr. Sam, is going to whisper in my ear when the game actually does go live. But it's really baiting me. Like, you guys can't hear this, but they keep starting the game, the countdown begins, and one of their players times out every time.
Maybe Lowpander's just scared, of ChampGG.
Maybe. But it's... Yeah, it's odd. I mean, Lowpander, I was watching some of their scrims today. Ali was playing for CJ's team. They're a high team. I don't know what high team they're in, but they were playing against the Lowpander squadron. And it's easy to see what you can get. I see how the play style works, but I think it only works through frustrating teams. If teams play normally, if they just play standard 6s and don't get tilted by like random engineer mini sentries and like heavy off classes and spy plays, I think it's fine. You can easily work around it, but I can see how it takes some of these lower, I guess, teams with less chemistry together. It turns them off balance, on tilt a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Though I personally kind of like the play sometimes, though I feel that especially the NG plays, like the ones where it goes NG to mid, are kind of gimmicky. Like we use sniper and like spy as off classes, like just in normal 6s as well. But he's trying to sometimes like push like an aggressive NG or something, which I don't really quite understand.
Yeah, I should mention as well that CJ's team, they did beat them on Snake, and Lowpander ended up rage quitting after they beat them 2-1. So are we starting? Who knows? Maybe. The countdown's beginning in my ear, but I don't think we are. Maybe. This might be it. I hear the words Sam has said. Oh my god, we're starting. Here we are. It's going to be map number 1, CP Badlands, with the Putis squad, Lowpander versus ChampGG. We're going to see how this mid-fight currently kicks off, as we see this time the Putis squad actually running a rather standard lineup so far. Going to be seeing which way they can go on either side here. A lot of spam being exchanged. Putis going to be the first one to fall. Who is that? Uber's Putis. I don't know these names, but regardless, there's going to be one casualty on the way. ChampGG already picking up 2 more players. Make it free, as Funds is going to be putting in the work at the same time. Granger Bob falling in the process. Epic Putis. Mr. Epic Putis, 420. I don't like this Putis tag at the end. It's throwing me off. It's throwing me off. I keep calling players Putis.
Yeah, it was kind of a decent mid at the start, but Mukic playing with the normal soldier, you know, just playing with Roamer soldier, jumped in and completely failed. Well, not failed, but he just barely didn't get turbo, and it kind of pushed ChampGG over the edge to win that mid.
Well, they are going to have that Uber charge to hold on last. So, ChampGG just holding strong so far on the second point. Jom just holding on to his Uber charge as well. Waiting for the right time to strike, and it's actually the surprise crit tree coming out here. They want to try and take it aggressively. I've seen Lowpander do this time and time again, but it does take a few of these teams off tilt a little bit. They've already traded 1 for 1 here. Now they can start to move in as well. They still have this Uber charge to work off. They were baiting it out. That's what they were waiting for. Now they're going to be moving in with the Uber charge straight into last. Going to be having to try and focus down Mookie on that heavy roll. Putis squadron roll out as he does fall in the end. They do take a 1 for 1 trader. Girardi! One strike brings down the medic, and they're going to be starting to collapse onto the point now. Have they actually got this? Only one player remaining. He gets the kill. One more. Surely not. Grenjabov just coming in the nick of time, saving it for his team. That was filthy. And look at this. An attempt being made. 1-on-1. That's Tiger for you. Wins the cleanup, and he's going to secure the round for his team.
Wow. That Girardi...
The Girardi one bang. That was disgusting.
Yeah, Turbo was just standing on top and trying to heal everyone, and he just walks in. Girardi crit melee and just down. Luckily Walker coming in though to save the day.
Oh, we're going to be going into mid-fight number 2 now at least, and once again we'll see if the Lowpander guys, the Lowpander squadron, are going to be able to turn this one around. Not much damage coming in just yet. Ubers is in the back lines a little bit, just putting in a bit of work onto Adiski. He's forced him back. In fact, it's going to be Mr. Epic picking up Tiger first and first most, and they might actually get a second one. Indeed, Grenjabov finding that 1 kill, so Lowpander slowly turning this fight around. And this time they did run Mookie on the spy off class, but it hasn't actually come to fruition, even though they've won the fight, seemingly 5v6. Now Tom going to be coming into the fray, trying to get that one last rocket off onto the side of Kisakala, but no, it's going to be a Lowpander mid-fight 1.
Yeah, Adiski got like low really early into that fight, so while technically with the spy play it is 5v6, it was basically 5v5. Adiski was just, completely caught and just completely out. So it was just a very, very even fight, and the DM of Lowpander seemed to reign supreme over the ChampGG squad.
Oh, Walker, as he likes to be known these days, does take the 1v1 against Mookie, finds that 1 kill, might try and claim another player here, but Lowpander want to be moving in here to jump in by Tom, putting in the damage! Look at that, Kiskala, good night! Sweet Prince, 2 more kills going away as Tom is cleaning them up, and the damage is definitely done. Uber's now coming into the back, trying to get onto the back lines of Turbo. Jojo, stay alive, lad! 30 HP, just about serves away in the nick of time, so the repush was successful for the ChampGG squadron, and really just showing no mercy.
We do have a Vaccinator player actually, and what is going on? Okay, NG Sniper and Vaccinator on last.
Jesus. Oh wow. It's interesting to see this sort of playstyle coming up against a team that are actually like playing normal 6v6 roles. Tom's going to be spotting off the mini sentry immediately, but the headshot by Mr. Epic Putis 420 finds Tom. 1 frag, not really enough to play off though, but still they're running every gimmick they can use here. The Vaccinator's coming out. They got the engineer mini sentries, but they're going to be trying to assault here. Grenjabov finding a 1 kill here. The Vaccinator's going to be popping off as well. Fun's trying to claim these lives. The Rocket's coming in. Adiski, Walker pulling in so much work here. Ubers does find Fun's in the end, but they're still trying to defend this last point. Mookie going to be falling as well on the engineer roll. Now they're going to be moving in even further. The Uber charge finally going to get committed by ChampGG. Starting to play the point a little bit. A lot of cap time. Walking all over it. The flashes come out, but it's not going to be good enough unless Grenjabov can really pull up his bootstraps. But no, there we are. The second round going away of ChampGG.
Yeah, as I said before the game, Mookie tried to play with mini sentries and try to be a little bit aggressive, you know, a little bit of area denial, like further outside of last, but it just isn't really effective. The mini sentries just aren't good enough to, you know, deny like a soldier from entering a specific area.
Yeah.
So yeah, just 5v6 and even Uber disadvantage. Not very good. Now we have the next mid.
We do indeed. Mid-fight number 3. Neither side wanted to take any movement so far. Mookie's still on that spiral, but at the same time, look at this. The aggression by ChampGG. Trying to move in. Mookie now going in for the kill onto the backstab. No, he gets spotted in the nick of time. And the cleanup is there. 2 players remaining. Kiskala and Hildrift. The only 2 remaining. Hildrift does get the pipe onto Tiger. And the medic has escaped. Oh, no! Maros! Oh, my goodness. He's like Batman. He just leaped straight onto the back lines and clocked him in the head. And with that, they've got the advantage. ChampGG want to move it all the way forward.
Yeah, that was really dominant mid from ChampGG, just jumping straight onto, I guess, their train that was, just getting all the damage in really early, and Mookie with that spy play not working out. Mookie is on regular sentries though, so,
yeah.
So
I think at this point you have to run that. They're going to be running the pyro and the sniper, obviously. If they can get an early pick off onto Turbo, it would be more than ideal for them because they are struggling, but no, it's going to be the early pop in. Grenchable doing a brilliant job with the vaccinator as well. So much work being put in to deny this Uber charge. Epic Mr. Putis 420 finds funds as well with the headshot. Maros still in the fight here. Might get cleaned up. Indeed, he does. Hildra finally going to be bringing him down with 1 sticky, and this push, I think, has been completely stunted. It is very hard, after all, to push into the vaccinator, especially when they pop a few bubbles off onto the pyro, but that was excellent work all around by Mookie there. I believe that was Mookie on pyro, wasn't it?
That was Granger Bob on pyro. Mookie was on the NG. Putting the sentry really close to the
They
spawn.
want to move in anyway. They're going to be trying to take as many kills as they possibly can. Tiger ends up falling. Tom as well. This looks like the repush coming successfully here for Lowpander. Maros just searching for his headshot. He might have overstayed his welcome. No, he finds Granger Bob now. He'll just going to be moving forward. The stick is in place. Good surf away. Just about gets away in the choke point. So they're going to be making the repush here. Lowpander with the vaccinator charges.
Mookie's still on that NG play. He's just trying to, I guess, hold second while his team's pushing mid with this vaccinator.
They're trying to push through with the vaccinator. It's going to be 1 casualty going the way of Lowpander. Can they try and push this? But the level 3 sentry gun, who expects that round the corner? He picks up 1. Hildreth with the follow-up, claiming 2 more. Adiski and Tom going to be falling in the process, and that was the big debate of 2017. I think the battalion's backup going to be popped off as well, just for good measure. I think they will successfully be able to push this, and still the sentry gun being pushed forward. What is this, Sixers or Highlander? I don't know.
Yeah, one of the big strengths of this flex play, just yeah, as Funz even says in the chat, you can't expect that gun just being on the stairs there by Haunter. Nobody's gonna check for that, and Funz just walks in, and just gets destroyed.
Yeah, nobody expects that, and now it's gonna be the flank push right now by Lowpander, moving all the way around. The vaccinate's still available for them. They find Tom, another kill going their way. Can they get any more? They're searching for it. Definitely, Granger Bob has eyes on. He's currently doing a bit of a Starkey play in the back lines, searching for a frag or 2. Maros might get caught out. It's a 1v1, but he does have the high ground, as Anakin once said in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. But yeah, all in all, both teams just locked in this stalemate.
Well, Mookie isn't helping this stalemate with the sentry on their slope and the vaccinator. Hopefully Mr. Epic can find himself a pick, but he's holding relatively passive here. Just looking at choke.
This is surprisingly entertaining, even though the off classes are coming off. I was going into this thinking this is going to be like Highlander, but yeah, this has been quite a fun game. Even though we are stuck in a bit of a stalemate situation, but it's interesting to see because teams have to adapt to these sort of ways. I mean, what would you like to see ChampGG start to try and do? Because when how often do you play against this? How often do you play against a level 3 sentry on mid with a vaccinator?
I don't know. Maybe you scrim the team.
Nobody wants to scrim them because it's aids to play against. Oh.
I don't know. Try to counter with your own off classes. Maybe get a spy play. I mean, Mookie is by forward spawn is building a teleporter, so this is like the perfect time to just get the sentry down and I don't know, get something going.
I just realised as well from the chat that Anakin did not say I have the high ground. That was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Apologies for that. But as Starkey says, anyone that disagrees gets banned, so... And here we are, the push, the battalion's back coming in, the vaccinator as well, trying to make their mark on the world. They are pretty much invincible. It's like an Uber charge of its own. Now they're going to be popping in, man, trying to take the fight in the house area. A 1v1 for the vaccinator, far too strong. You need that multiple damage sources to try and take this fight. They've already claimed 2 more kills. Mookie finding another one onto a D-ski, but this could be the opening they needed. Walker finding Ubers as well. Moving forward, the dispenser, the most important dispenser pick, going to be going down. They're going to be starting to spam down this sentry gun as well. They do bring it down finally. Mookie going to be falling, so the mid is 1. They have this teleporter exit behind though.
Yeah, they got caught in the house like really, or like they tried to force it and then go back, but they didn't go back fast enough, so like the medic and the demo just got caught in house. I don't know if they re-pushed with that vaccinator, there could have been a very strong push though.
Yeah, they've switched off the NG, so the teleport is no longer behind. Hildreth is... What is he doing? What's going on? Is he gonna... He's surely not. Okay, yeah, he just literally did the most open play I've ever seen by leaping into the demo, but he falls in the end, meaning no demo man for last. Right now, ChampGG, they're in an excellent position to push all the way in. They've got 100% Uber. Hildreth's not up for another few seconds. They can just take all the time in the world so far, so to speak at least, as long as they focus down. Mookie going to be moving in with the Uber charge. Heavy off class now. They need to try and bring him down. Mookie just running onto the point. He eats a sandwich onto it. The heals, they can't break through. They're getting a lot of cap time, but Mookie's back up to full HP now. Still trying to take the fight. Walker finds one more kill. Is this the crit screw being popped off? Indeed it is. Can you do anything against this Gatling gun? This absolute brass machinery as it's tearing them down to the point. Marosh does find the 1 kill though. It's the slow and steady siege right now as they're trying their hardest to break into this. Now it looks like the lower right push by Walker and Turbo. A D-ski with the 2K. Mr. Epic and Kiskala falling. This could be the push. This should be curtains for them. Muski, the last man standing on this point. Walker putting in so much work. Mr. Tiger. The point gets played and there we go. I don't believe what I've just seen. That was ridiculous.
That sandwich arrow play, I never saw that coming, but it worked really well. Like it built up their crits, and it helps at least them to surviving that push.
Unfortunately, couldn't convert it into the defense, but then again, we're going to be going into mid-fight number 4. ChampGG getting a solid foothold so far in this game. Let's see if they can take it any further. Grenjabob going to be taking the underside area. Uber's also moving into the back at the same time. Grenjabob might try and get the drop onto someone. Mookie moving forward this time onto a role that's more familiar to all of us. The soldier class brings down Turbo pretty swiftly, meaning no medic so far, but it looks like ChampGG have the superior frags. Tom putting in a lot of work with the help of Maros, claiming another one. A free kill streak for him right now on this mid. He moves forward. And this would be, yeah, there it is, a full team wipe in the end. So ChampGG, even after losing Turbo, they still managed to win the mid.
Yeah, they only really seem to be, or Lowpander only seems to be winning the mids when they get like a really early advantage into it. Can't just face them head on in DM fights, 6v6.
Yeah, it's interesting because they run the normal 6's roles and I don't know, they have a game plan in mind, like focusing down the medic, but it just never really works. Grenjabob now going to be running the spy, trying to go for Turbo, gets spotted just in the nick of time. Going to be falling in the end, but it is a 1-for-1 trade. Now, ChampGG moving forward. They've still got a lot of camp time here. Mr. Epic going to be trying to contest his point. The Pyro class putting in a lot of work. Mookie with the cleanup onto Tiger. A successful defense for now, but all they need is one more player to play this point a little bit. Tom going to be moving forward. Just about missed the shot. In fact, no, he's going to be falling as well. Lowpander. Unreal. And that is that's an interesting one because I thought that was one in the side of ChampGG.
The Pyro play, man. I've seen some flawed crits plays work out really well in their high season. You need to fear it. You need to, not always is it just you know, an air blast. Sometimes it actually does damage.
Grenjabob going to be peeking around, getting some intel for the team, but right now neither side wanting to push in too much. They are getting annoyed by these flares. Mookie just literally sending them in one after the other. I don't get it. He's setting these players alight, but they're spamming each other. You know, Ubers, he's found his way in, but the vaccinator is going to get popped onto him and he is safe and sound. Well, the overcharge now committed by ChampGG. Moving forward, want to try and take this fight into them if they can. A lot of damage being put down, but Vaccinator still far too strong. Neither side really falling any players because Carla actually is going to die there. The Crater in the end. 3 more frags going their way. Only 2 players remaining now for the Lowpander squadron. Mr. Epic and Ubers very weak in the lower area, and 1 rocket, in fact 1 pipe, will do the job as Adiski's going to be finding that one, and immediately he maneuvers his way into the lobby area. Backing off, going to get the heals. They're going to cap up this second point. And ChampGG in a very formidable position to push in with the Uber charge advantage.
Yeah, Vaccinator is just not good enough to stop that Uber push through choke. I mean, you can try, but you know, literally not being able to die does not get beat by, you know, resistances.
Yeah. Oh, well, Ubers, he finds a kill. They're trying to take it in. Kaskala falls again. Fun's going absolutely huge. Adisky with the follow-up onto Hildreth means no demo man. This could be a push in the making for ChampGG. Granjabob moving into the back. He does find Adisky. That's going to delay. Only the inevitable. Only 3 players remaining so far. The flare's still coming out. They have an Uber charge to work off. They realise the sentry there. Oh, Tom, he falls to the sentry. They knew it was there. I don't know how that happened. That was bizarre, but ChampGG forced to evacuate after losing too many players.
Yeah, the standard sentry spot is now even catching them out. Spy play coming in from Granjabob though.
Disky falls a little bit too far forward in the lobby area, and as you mentioned, yeah, Granjabob on that spy off class once again. He's going to be working his way around slowly but surely, trying to get on top of this Spire. Oh, he's spotted instantly. Marosh, too clever for him. They find that 1 kill now. You know, Lowpander, they might have pushed a little bit too far forward. In fact, they've lost another player. This is a difficult situation for most. Certainly more so for Lowpander now. ChampGG looking to press. Once again, the Putis squadron of gamers. Lowpander moving into the mid this time. Trying to put in a bit of work. They are forcing the issue a little bit in this choke. Fun's going to be falling in the end, but it is a 1-for-1. Hildreth falling at the same time now. I mean, Lowpander, they have successfully managed to get control of this mid, but Tom is still hiding behind. There is opportunity here for ChampGG to play off this. He is just waiting. Tom is waiting by that forward spawn for the spawners. Who is going to be? Hildreth is possibly going to be the next casualty if he doesn't get spotted here. It's an interesting one. Hildreth comes through. The Rockets, no, he's clocked onto it. Immediately backing off. So, I mean, at the same time, Ubers was going in for possibly a force play, trying to kill Turbo. He's only just gone up, and he has about 20% so far, but yeah, it's an interesting one because it's still 11 minutes remaining, and it's still 3-0 to ChampGG, even though they are on the back foot.
Wookie is actually on the regular soldier here. Coming in for a push on ChampGG here, on the stone.
Mr. Epic Putis, he's worked his way around. They might be able to get this kill onto a D-Ski. He's fallen so weak. In fact, it's going to be Maros who falls now. Turbo, Mr. Jom, he's in a bit of trouble. No, his team are there to wrap around and help him out in the nick of time. D-Ski does fall in the end, though. This is a very sticky situation. I think they have found their opening now. Lowpander wanting to abuse this. Hildreth already on this last point. Turbo ends up dropping himself onto the point as a last-ditch effort to try and cap it off. Hildreth taunting in the end. The stickies come out. Funds trying to clutch this in the nick of time, but it's not going to be good enough. And there we are, Lowpander claiming another round.
Damn, just being able to go from pushing out from last on that failed Uber push all the way just to their last. Very good. Like, they never really got good. Uber.
Yeah. And it's interesting because Vaccinator being such a strong unlock, a lot of teams forget the potential of it, but you can just completely snowball off it because you build up the bubbles so quickly. Now, this time, it's a valley push from both sides so far. Uber now wants to take the aggressive approach right into a D-Ski. D-Ski is prepared though. The attempt is there. 2 frags already go in the way of ChampGG. Moving forward even further now, wanting to get a few more. Tom leaps into the frame. Mr. Epic falls once again now. With those 3 frags, they can easily claim this mid. And it's going to be Mookie running the engineer off class. They have clocked onto it, but he claims the kill anyway. A 1-for-1 trade in the end. Still players of ChampGG already onto the second point here. Trying to cap it up. The teleporter falls, a very important pick for a D-Ski. But, yeah, I mean, it's so hard to defend this. I mean, I think Kaskala didn't die. Yeah, so they're actually going to be going in with Kritzkrieg here. This is interesting. I wonder if they're going to be able to get a drop on them.
Could be. Seems like Turbo's going to push her through the top. To the bats.
Oh, this could be dangerous. The Kritzkrieg is ready. I think surely ChampGG have clocked onto it. Surely they know this. They're waiting. They're going to be moving in. The Uber charge gets popped early. Brilliant play so far by ChampGG, not wanting to expend any players whatsoever. They do drop one, but the sentry gun now going to be causing a bit of hassle for them. Can they bring it down? Yes, the last-ditch pipe by Adiski brings it down in the end. But it is a free-for-free trade right now. Still Marosh in the back lines, trying to cause a bit of havoc, trying to take the 1v1, because Carla just about surviving. But Tom is there, he's trying to claim the frag, he gets it. Hildreth's in a lot of trouble as well. One more rocket for him. Can he claim any more? No. Grandra Bob and Mr. Epic just coming out to the defense on the side of Lowpander. So, Fun's now trying to take this 1v4 scenario. Okay, it's one, but yeah, it's not as ambitious by even by Fun's attempts.
Yeah, they got the crits, and it was popped like really early, but Hildreth managed to get some sticks down in top right, and right as the Uber faded, Walker tried to get out, but immediately got like killed by the sticks and got some good damage on someone else as well. And that gave them just enough footing to, I guess, hold last on that one.
Yeah. Okay. ChampGG. They are waiting, slowly but surely, building up the Uber charge. John on about 65% so far. Granger Bob still on the vaccinator, it should be said. Maros also just hiding around the corner. He's going to get spotted with that one stick. No, Hildreth doesn't det it. And Granger Bob actually falls in the end, so there's one pick that they could maneuver their way off. Tom wants to try and contest that drop-down area. Still not getting given up just yet by Lowpander, though.
Mookie actually putting the sentry on the left here. Wondering why, because it's been doing very well denying those Ubers in top right. Maybe just holding the flank, I guess. But it's a stalemate at this point.
No, Granger Bob wants to try and take the fight. He moves forward, but no. Going to be shoved back into his hobbit hole. Now, this is an interesting one because they're moving forward with all of these players. They have vaccinated charges. They're trying to forward hold in the lobby area without Uber. And they've ended up dropping a player because of it and forced immediately to retreat back. They're holding quite passively so far. Now they're moving in. Tom moving all the way in. Claims one kill into Mr. Epic, but Hildreth gets Tom in the end. So 1-for-1 trade. Now this is an opportunity to work off. They still have the Uber charge. But there's vaccinator charges still left. They're going to be popping off the bubble so far. The Uber charge gets committed here by ChampGG. They don't know where the sentry gun is just yet. It's on that right-hand side for them. Marosh might get caught out of position. No, he just about evades it. Plays the point, forces the players down. But with 4 players down already on the side of ChampGG, they're not going to be able to clinch this one out just yet. And Lowpander defend with 6 players up.
That was actually a very poor push. They just pushed into top right and straight into the vaccinator, but they never actually killed any of the vaccinated patients or the medic himself. So they put out a lot of damage, but you know, they got no kills on their side of the board, I guess. It's just easy for them, I guess, to hold if you don't get any kills, you know? That's pretty important in this game.
Absolutely. The attempt now coming in by Lowpander, moving in with the vaccinator charges. Once again, explosive resistance, very powerful. Indeed, going to be making them almost immune to all this damage coming in. It is Tiger, Mr. Walker, fighting it! Oh, the drop! This doesn't really count as a drop anyway because it was a vaccinator, but I'm going to scream regardless because that was beautiful. A thing of beauty. ChampGG now just on the cleanup duty. Mukis just trying to put in this work. It is a level 3 sentry round the corner. They need to try and spam it out. It's a lot of damage coming in. Mookie just trying to defend it. One man against the world, and they do finally bring it down. Adiski sticky trap. Mookie in a lot of trouble. And that is the mid-fight 1 for ChampGG. Moving in. They're going to try and retake this second point as well. The defense... you know, they're trying it. Lowpander trying it, but is it really doable? Fun's on the back lines. He claims another kill because Carla did not know what hit him. And he's going to be falling once again. The WT. Ah! John falls. Mr. Epic with the sniper. Unreal stuff. Just when you think it's turning around. Still ChampGG looking to play this. Moving in. They're trying to claim these kills. Fun's on an absolute mad one. He claims a 2k in the end. Mr. Epic still on sniper. Trying to claim a few kills. Mookie moving forward. He slowly rolls ahead with the Browse Beast heavy. But the second point's already being capped. Mr. Mookie, what are you doing there? What is it? Putis dispenser that he can't do that. Fun's now just walks off. He finishes him up anyway. I don't understand what's going on. There's 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. It feels like both these teams have given up.
I don't know. Mookie just, I guess, just hoping that Meros would show his face. And then Fun's thinking a little bit too easy of the heavy, just getting 180 sprayed down.
I don't get this game, man. This is ridiculous. That's actually unbelievable. I don't know what news is gonna have to say for this. This is unreal. He has to try and break this down.
Some innovative Team Fortress 2 being played right here.
It's so dumb. It's so stupid. 3 minutes 40 seconds remaining. This time Mookie on Spy. He's going to be spy crabbing as he claims that 1 kill onto Tiger. And still the attempts coming in as they're pushing all the way in. Tom finds 1, but the kill's definitely going their way. The Ubercharge gets committed here by ChampGG. In fact, they're going to be rotating onto the last point. The Ubercharge just about fading. Mr. Epic ends up dying 3 times on the card. They're not going to be able to get it. The big wraparound. It pays off in the end. ChampGG with another round on the board, making it 4-1.
Yeah, the last 3 Lowpander players were all like stuck on the flank, just nowhere near the last point, making it very easy for the combo from ChampGG to just walk on the point and just cap it. Just 3x.
That was ridiculous. Well, 3 minutes remaining, give or take.
Do I see a double spy play?
This is the double spy play, indeed it is. Mookie and Grenjabov going to be running spy this mid. Adiski just leaps forward, going to be trying to put down these damage. Mookie and picks up Turbo in the end. But at this point in the game, we are officially into the garbage time. 3 rounds, 2 minutes 30 seconds. It's not going to be good enough. And we go to the age-old argument. Is there no tap-out function in TF2?
I don't know. If it wasn't for no tap out, we wouldn't have seen that amazing double spy play.
Yeah, really bizarre stuff all in all. I don't know how. I want to. You know, normally when it gets to this point in the game, I'd say let's try and break it down a little bit. Let's try and work out what the hell has just happened in this game. But I don't think you can do that in this game. I don't think you can do anything. I think we literally just have to talk complete waste and hope that at least some of it makes sense, because it's just, I don't know. Even now, I'm looking at the garbage time. It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. I mean, like, Lowpander kind of has been trying to like play off of the chaos that like Flex creates by playing on Vaccinators, so that, you know, they always have the advantage in dry pushes, basically.
Yeah.
And it's been going okay. You know, that's basically the only reason they got that 1 point. But I don't know, just the Flex, I guess, hasn't really been working out that well. Outside of like the Sentry, you know, the level 3 Sentry plays that are being put like a little bit more aggressively on second. You know, those have been going out, you know, working quite okay, but outside of that, it's, I wouldn't say it's a Flex success story, I guess.
No, it's really not. And I think the thing is, the success of this sort of lineup, this strategy, is the surprise factor, right? I think we can all agree on that. And you can see it work occasionally with the sentry guns, level 3 sentry gun around the corner. Nobody expects that. It picks up, you know, 2 or 3 kills, but once you clock the team, and it is actually quite easy to clock Lowpander. They like to run crits a lot. They like to run the Vaccinator. They run these off classes more than they run the main classes, and once you learn that and adapt to it and play the normal classes and normal roles, it becomes significantly easier to play the game. And we just get a result like this, as you can see, 4-1. Might even make it 5-1 before the round actually ends. There's still about 13 seconds left. Stickers on the point as they're trying to clear them off, but I think it is too little too late. Adiski leaping rounds. The kills all flowing through with 5 seconds remaining. They make the score 5-1. And yeah, like I was saying, that surprise factor that this strategy sort of relies on, and I guess in a way the tilt factor as well against lower skilled teams, doesn't really work at Prem. But we'll see. There's one more map. Maybe I'm calling it too soon.
And I still feel like it was a lot better than I expected it to go, because I expected this to be like a kind of a roll on the ChampGG side and Lowpander to just fall flat in their face. But I mean, they did manage to at least you know, keep it to 4-1, or I guess 5-1, but I don't really count the garbage time cap. So like, I mean, they didn't completely get rolled. So that's something, I guess, right?
It is sometimes. The logs are definitely up now, and we can immediately see that 3 members of the ChampGG squadron have pounded their way into Prem. 30 kills on 2 of them, 29 on Tom. Insane stuff. Funds almost reaching 300 DPM, almost 400 on Tiger. Really, just all around stellar stuff. Look at that. The numbers are being highlighted because they deserve it. They pounded. They absolutely pounded. Adiski, on the other hand, nah, he's trash. Let me replace him. Send me to Bren. I'm joking. He's much better than me. Don't take that to heart.
Well, on Lowpander, you can at least see that the players that people kind of associate to like the good players on Lowpander, I guess you could call it, Mr. Epic and Ubers, did have an okay game, but it doesn't help when you have Mookie, who isn't really doing that great, Hildress, who's Hildress actually outdamaged Adiski, so actually good job.
Hildress a better demo than Adiski. You heard it here first. That's it. He's gonna get kicked. No, of course not. But I'd like to. I think this is a good time to bring in News if he's ready. I think he can hear us. He's only muted. He's now unmuted. News, what do you have to say about that game?
Well, starting from the mids, I think most of the time ChampGG were winning them, and it was because they were just playing well positionally and focusing picks early. What you were saying about the element of surprise does come in. Lowpander, when they had set up holds or mid strategies, we saw the double spy at the end there. When they catch ChampGG off guard, they are able to turn enough picks and keep the momentum going. And I think defensively after the mids, a lot of the unlocks and off-classing that they would do was quite good at slowing ChampGG down. But that being said, they kept their wits about them. Tom and Tiger, they were both playing quite close to the medic a lot of the time, and funds as well. As a combo, they just reacted to what they needed to. I imagine their communication was very solid. Being quickly able to focus sentries down, like turn around, focus, fire a spy, all this stuff they were doing really well. And while I think surprise was what Lowpander really were working with, ChampGG was all about momentum. Mm-hmm. If they could get the picks and keep pushing, keep pressing player advantages, positional advantages, they were able to convert rounds. I think the issue for them arose when it came to stalemates and pushing Ubers into vaccinators and pyros and whatever else.
Yeah.
Because it allowed Lowpander to get into their set plays that they do. And while I think the players on ChampGG individually are more mechanically talented, I would say a lot of the guys on Lowpander, they're quite good at playing a variety of different roles and adapting. They're just not as coordinated as ChampGG a lot of the time. So I think when ChampGG kept to what they needed to do, playing positions, focusing picks, they were able to push it through. Whereas Lowpander relied on quite a lot of surprise.
Yeah, fair points all around. I think, all of it rings true, really. Surprise plays not really pulling off when ChampGG's coordination was on top. I believe map number 2, which is going to be on Snakewater. I can already hear the groans in Twitch chat. I think this will be a much faster map on the side of ChampGG, This is one of Lowpander's weaker maps, from what I've seen at least, of the limited time I've watched them scrim. So I imagine after the performance that ChampGG just put on, this will be quite a quick round, but I could be wrong in that. The countdown should begin any time now for, once again, map number 2 of ChampGG versus Lowpander. Why, oh why, is their tag Putis420?
Well, maybe just because of all those, those great heavy plays. Those brass beasts.
Really threw me off. Really threw me off.
Standing still with the brass beast. It's a thing now.
Oh, the countdown begins at least, and the game is going to be underway, I believe. Players are ready. Players are rolling out. And I think after this, Lowpander will never be able to get a scrim again. But we're going to be going into map number 2. It's going to be Snakewater. And it's going to be a doozy. Hildress trying to put in that early damage indeed onto Adiski. Trying to put in a bit of work. Trying to create that space for his team. Uber's going to be moving forward on the shack area. Everyone opting for the main side push. Mookie actually off-classing onto the heavy roll here. Uber's moving forward as well, trying to put in that work, puts in a lot of damage. Turbo falling very weak. So much passive play right now coming out from the side of Lowpander, and they've already picked 2 more players up as a result. Make it free. ChampGG right now, I think they've got no choice but to back all the way out. They cannot afford to try and defend us any further. Turbo needs to try and escape his way out of there. We see Adiski just trying to delay the inevitable right now. He's getting absolutely hammered down by Hildreth here. Turbo just trying to escape out. The crit screen gets committed. Turbo in a Oh, he's in so much trouble. He gets taken down. And, well, oh well. One fight for the side of Lowpander.
Yeah, they held the... Both ChampGG and Lowpander played that mid quite passively, which is quite odd since, you know, Mookie is on heavy. You should focus him down as fast as you can. But instead, they just kind of let Mookie put out all that damage. And they just slowly but surely lost that mid.
As I was saying, Lowpander was poor on Snakewater. They show us that performance. Completely dominating the mid with Mookie on heavy. Now, once again, moving forward. Drops the sandwiches out to them. Just taunting them. Yeah, look at that. The taunts coming out by Mookie. Unbelievable. A lot of damage coming in. Mookie might be in a lot of trouble. Yes, indeed. The taunt. It got to him. He was throwing the sandwiches forwards, and it's really not paid off in the slightest. Now, we see Lowpander still trying to gain control of the lobby side area, but ChampGG making no move to try and push out of this. And here we are. Kritzkrieg gets committed pretty early on. Kaskala, I don't know if they were forced in the process, but look at that now. Walker moving in as well. Adiski's pipes putting in a lot of work. It's a 2-for-2 trade in the end. Mookie now off-classing to the Pyro role to try and make this push happen. He sends out a flare or two, putting in a bit of work here and there, but ultimately the push is stunted pretty early on in its tracks.
Crits play just did not work out at all. Tom just walking in right as the crits get popped off, and it just completely ruins everything.
Flares being sent in. Mookie just really trying to annoy the enemy team. ChampGG not peeking the corner much, if at all. Don't want to give anything away.
Are they planning to push off of this advantage? Because they haven't really done anything yet. They're just kind of holding a little bit further ahead.
I mean,
but
what advantage do they even have? They're trying to build actually normal Uber now. Lowpander, that is, in the green yard area. So they are going to have Uber charge here, but at the same time they've waited so long that, you know, Turbo already has his Uber charge of his own. So right now they are just waiting patiently. Marosh with a headshot onto Mookie. Show that flare at your backside, he says to him. But they're going to be moving in for even more kills. Uber falls in the process. One more kill going away of ChampGG. Can they claim a few more? Still the passive plays coming out. And the underside area, Mr. Epic is just waiting around the corner. He gets spotted pretty early on by Funds. Funds wins the 1v1 in the end. Absolutely pounding him in the process. The medigun comes out as well as they pop off the Uber charge here. Turbo's still holding on to his. Finally, the Uber charge commits by ChampGG, but Turbo's actually dropped so many players. Now Funds moving forward. He might be in a bit of trouble. The heavy off class. One last flash comes out for him. He's going to be fully healed up, but Ubers is just causing so many distractions on the last point. In fact, he's already got onto it. The last point's almost capped up. Funds has to forcefully run his way back all the way. Grungerbob now trying to take the 1v1 and they just walk onto it. How does that come to fruition? How does that happen? What?
that was so odd. Like, ChampGG had like full
How
advantage.
could this happen, I should say? I was trying to make a heavy meme.
Sorry. But they had advantage for so long and they didn't push off of it, and then they push in and Turbo just drops like 3 players.
That was bizarre. You are correct in that. That was really weird. That was tilting. I don't know what just happened there, but regardless, we're going to be going into mid-fight number 2. And immediately the aggression being coming in here by ChampGG, and Hildreth's going to be finding Maros straight off the bat. Mookie still on the heavy roll. It feels like they cannot crack this. I feel like they're just opting to just slam bodies into him, but it's just not paying off already, losing another player. ChampGG forced to evacuate this mid-fight. What would you like to see them turn around here, Hiipfire, to try and win these mids? Because running heavy, immediately my mind just goes and focuses on sniper off classes.
I don't know, they could definitely go for that sniper player. They should try like pushing it as a group instead of just having like individual players sack in.
Oh my god, they're getting destroyed here. They're trying to basically bully them out into the green area, but they're being completely sandwiched and cut off. The Uber charge gets committed here, but at the same time, ChampGG in a much more disfavored position right now as they are just on cleanup duty. Mookie and Ubers and Grungerbob just finding frag after frag. Mookie does end up falling to a quick little pipe from Adiski, but they're already on the last point here. Mr. Epic just running rings around them. The jump in, great hair shot by Ubers, denying Walker. Mr. Tiger off the point, and oh my god, it's 2-0. In a very quick succession. I did not think this game was going to go this way.
This is happening. It's happening.
This is mental. Are they going to run a sniper to mid? Yes, they are. Tiger going to be running the sniper this time. I thought that was going to be the case. You really need to do it against the heavy. I think I'm ready to become an analyst now, guys. This is it, but we'll see how well it works. I had a feeling that was what needed to happen because they were getting slammed by Mookie. We may see a much more passive mid-fight coming out by both these teams this time. Indeed, we do. And immediately, look at that. Mookie falls. Tiger was waiting for him to just slowly creep and crawl around that corner. Now Maros plays aggressively in that kitchen side area. Uber's going to be falling in the process. 2 quick and easy frags going their way. They've clocked and they've contested and they've counterpicked. And with that mid-1, ChampGG want to press their advantage even further forward.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. Just that's the pick that ChampGG needed to. That was the key they needed to win that mid. And, yeah.
The interesting thing here is to see if they're going to still run heavy. That's the interesting thing, even after this, because you know if you have Tiger on sniper, it's not the best thing in the world for him to be on. If they want to run another off class, another weird off class like spy or something, I don't know. Regardless of that, ChampGG they're holding into this lobby area. They're going to lay down some stickies and wait for the opportune time to strike. Tom falls. The damage coming out a little bit too strong here. In fact, they are going to be running Mr. Epic on sniper as well. Searching and hunting for frags. Ubercharge gets forced out here. It's going to be an equal Ubercharge exchange here in the lobby area. Once again, Tiger finds Granger Bob. One more frag going their way. But not enough to push off. Indeed, the Ubercharge has faded. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're in a pretty sound position right now. If you are Lowpander, you've got 2-round advantage.
Like New said it before about Badlands. Like one of the strengths of Lowpander are these, these holds, these setups. They're very much willing to just sit here and wait for you to make the mistake.
Very reminiscent of the old Crowns, except very much less horrible to play against because they never really ran this many off classes and weird gimmicks, but. Yeah, all in all, once again, they get a frag onto Tiger. I think Tiger, that was a sack attempt earlier, but now the push might be made here by Lowpander. Indeed it is. Granger Bob, he finds a D-ski, meaning no more demo man for the side of ChampGG. Thomas forwards, but the back cap! Mars! The back cap! They weren't expecting that. They had a player there, nobody on last. Pushed everyone forwards. Oh, wow. Just when you thought it was all over.
Where was Mookie's sentry on last?
I don't know. I do not. I think probably doing some memey gimmick strat and pushing it forward. He likes to do that, doesn't he? He takes the sentry forward with him. And that has cost him. That has cost him that round. Still 1 round on the board for ChampGG. Maybe a little bit undeserved, but nonetheless, they still get it. And we're going to see Lowpander this time not... Oh, still opting for the heavy off class. This time, though, a D-ski comes out on top with a quick little frag. They're not running the sniper off class. I know they are still, I should say, onto Tiger. Can they get these kills, though? Tiger falling very weak. I should say a D-ski. And immediately the midpoint is backed off from. They realise it wasn't worth fighting. And they are going to have a Ubercharge to defend this last with Lowpander, that is.
It was just seeming to be a little bit of a repeat of the last mid. But instead, Ubers tries to go in really aggressively and just drops like immediately. Just immediately on the back foot and just immediately retreat.
Yeah.
Save the damages.
Rocket's going to be sent flying. Still, Ubercharge on the side of ChampGG, holding on to it. Mookie pushing forward. How did he get there? He finds Tiger. I don't quite understand that. The flanking heavy play, the Durati comes out, as well as that, the Ubercharge committed for both these sides. Slightly better one, I believe, on the side of Lowpander. Tom ends up falling into the back there. Putis power. Indeed it is. I don't know how he got there. That's bizarre to me. Still, the fight wants to get taken even further, and the collapse is there. ChampGG completely abusing any sort of aggression that the Lowpander guys wanted to play off. They immediately lose 3 players, and they want to try and push from the underside area. If they can try and focus down Mookie, it'll be a beautiful little attempt indeed. Maros now trying to put in that work. They need to try and focus down. Mookie's putting in so much damage. It's unreal. They finally bring him down. The arrow from Kiskala to try and put in that work, but all in all, it's all futile as they claim another round on the board and make it 2 for all.
Lowpander tried to push out the second there. Both the scouts kind of peeking a little bit aggressively, trying to find an opening, but while they were peeking really aggressively, they both just dropped. Like, the rest of the team was not ready to push with them. I mean, you can't really do much if you lose both your scouts.
Yeah. Okay. Hadiski says spy in all chat, and what do you know? Mookie is running spy. It's like they immediately read it. They read that they were countering the heavy, and they countered it with another spy, and they've read onto this, and immediately they go for the backup. Turbo! Oh, he's in so much trouble. He's so weak, but the damage is there. Mr. Tiger and Adiski, they find the cleanup. Turbo going to be safe and sound, picks up that health pack in the end. And at the same time, Tiger goes for an attempt onto the backlines, but, I mean, Cascala gets away scot-free with 40% Uber. Not enough. You know, he hasn't been healing anyone, whereas Turbo has, so it is a very big advantage on the side of ChampGG. Is it enough to play off, though?
Man, a D-ski psychic or something.
If you're wondering why I'm saying Putis so much, it's actually because Truck paid me at LAN to say the word Putis as much as possible in all my casts now, so people would actually subscribe to him to get his emote. That's the only reason. I've been bribed.
Well, they're not pushing off of this advantage, actually. They're just holding passively on second. I'm not really... I guess they're just scared of the spy play still.
Yeah, these off classes as well are really bizarre. Still running Sniper, Engineer, and Spy. Finally, Granger Bob going to be switching to the Scout as well, so... I mean, it's just the waiting game, I guess.
Just waiting off of a Tiger pick here. Sniper.
Epic Putis moving around, trying to get that shot onto Tiger. Fully charged body shot going to be pushing him all the way back. And still 2-all in the end, 17 minutes remaining. Both sides searching for an opportunity.
Tiger looks good to pick up Mr. Epic, yeah.
Does indeed. Now this aggressive play by Tiger as he moves forward. Trying to work their way around, get that damage in. The sentry gun just about around the corner. Can they get the spam in? Trying to put it down. Tom finally going to be bringing it down. Indeed, he does. Can they move off this? Tom waiting for that arrow. Getting tanked up by the teammates there. Beautiful rockets. Granger Bob going to be falling as well. Now here we go. The overcharge committed here. Moving even further forward. But still the damage actually coming out for Lowpander here. Diski finding another frag. This could still be winnable right now for ChampGG if they play their cards right. Epic. Mr. Epic needs to try and fall here. He's eating a lot of damage. Diski needs to put in the work, but he ends up dying indeed. Maros finds the 1v1. Now it's just literally Hildreth versus the world here. Maros going to try and take this against him. Turbo already out scot-free, and I think he realizes the spawners are there. He does have to back off.
See the spy play from Granger Bob. Maybe they can finally get a successful spy play in.
They're certainly going to attempt it. He has successfully infiltrated the back lines. And he will be searching. Jom, he's caught onto it. Did you hear that? The spy call, he realizes. Look at that. The spy call is made. Granger Bob, you know, all, you know, not going to be... What the hell is going on? They're trying to kill him, but he's somehow just waddled away. I don't get it. I do not get it.
That was really risky. They had like 3 people chasing him, and they could have actually gotten pushed
on that. That was questionable.
On
I don't know how Funds was literally walking into him. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand how they didn't get that kill. There we go. Finally, Tiger finds the kill in the end. But Jesus, Lord Almighty, you know, one pick is not enough to push off at the end of the day. Well, they know where the sentry gun is now, at least. Mookie packing it up. Gonna be trying to move it into a better position. This is ridiculous. This is unreal.
People said it's 7 plays boring.
Well, I mean, I don't think 7 play boring at all, to be honest. I think that argument is a bit of a null and void one, because a lot of the time the teams that are playing against them were playing just as slow, but the damage comes out, the spam being exchanged. I think we may see a push within action. Possibly, hopefully, I'm praying. Come on, Jesus, Lord Almighty. Give me the pick, and there we go. Tiger says hello. Uber makes up that 1 frag. Granger Bob falls to Adiski as well. 2 more kills going away of ChampGG. They're moving forward even further. The sentry gun pushing Tiger even further forward and even further back. Tom finally going to be going down there. The sentry gun gets committed to Ubercharge as well. Tom once again wrapping around that spawn area, trying to basically deny them off, trying to put in a bit of work for his team to play off here. DK laying down the stickies, but is the push still even possible at this point? ChampGG have just opted to back all the way off. And once again, we are stuck in a familiar scenario.
Well, it's just a failed push. I'm just kind of surprised that didn't really work out. Lowpander took so long to push out of second, and then push out of last rather, and like they got the ChampGG did get the pick, but then immediately got traded out again, and then Tiger jumped in from the left and got denied by the sentry, and just nothing was working for either team really.
You need to, like, I mean, at this point, right? I feel like you do just need to reset the round, genuinely. Like, as boring as that sounds, there's 8 minutes remaining. It's so hard to push into this. You have to coordinate everything. You have to have an advantage for one, which is almost impossible to get. They're going to find it anyway. Grangerbot falls. One quick shot to the cranium is all it takes, apparently. Now Tiger going to be hunting for a few more frags. One pick advantage. Is this enough? ChampGG looking like they want to move forward. They've spotted the sentry gun at least. That could be a good bit of intel for them as they look to move forward through this lobby area. But is it too little too late? Marosh falls in the end. So Mr. Epic finding that one trade. And again, the push is stunted.
Well, 4 minutes. That's all we need to wait for, and then we're back to a mid.
Is that it? 4 minutes? I think my HUD's messed up. It's 4 minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
it's on. Yeah, 4 minutes.
Yeah. So 4 minutes. I think that is honestly the game plan right now. If you are ChampGG, you either wait for them to try and push out in the 4 minutes mark and get like a bad cap or something, or just literally reset the mid and roll them all the way far forward. You've got to make sure you roll them. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't think Lowpander would mind a reset either.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. I think both teams wouldn't mind it, but I mean, Lowpander have been losing these middles now that ChampGG have clocked them, so I don't think it is slightly more favoured for the ChampGG squadron.
Well, maybe Mookie wants to just go back to Roamer. You know, maybe they can get a little bit of a chance in these mids
The
again.
important thing here is that Mookie did fall, so that means nobody's going to be trying to defend that sentry gun should they choose to make a play happen. I heard the toot of a horn. The battalion's backup was popped off for the defending team, but they didn't get anything out of it. Now the sentry gun's still really just gagging to be played off here. Walker, Mr. Tiger, finds the kill, but neither side wants him to play off him.
2.5 minutes.
Is this the slow siege out? Ubers moves forward, trying to put in that damage. Once again, backs off immediately. This is riveting.
Well, we have at least another attempt to... Oh, no, never mind. We just have
They find
sniper.
Mookie. This is important. If they just spam out a sentry, this is exactly what they're doing. No, Disky falls. Hildrift claiming that one kill. They defend the sentry gun again. All they needed to do was spam it. Now that Mooski was down, and it would have been down and out, you know? There's nothing to defend that.
Yeah, it should be really easy to get the sentry now that Rescue Ranger is banned. But still just, you know, sitting there on top of the boxes.
Oh god, if Rescue Ranger was unbanned. Oof. Ooh, baby. We won't go there. That's a fantasy world. We're not going to talk about it. The shot comes out by Mr. Epic. Brings down Adisky to 2 HP in the end. Again, remind me of the time because my HUD is broken. It must be about a minute left.
Yes, minute and a half.
Okay. Minute and a half, ChampGG. I imagine they're going to go for the last ditch push. This last push that a lot of players, a lot of teams seem to mess up. The Spencer falls, the all-important pick from the lock and load. Can they follow it up?
Probably just
I
going to
think
be waiting.
Sam's just gone on a bathroom break. He's just put it on auto-director mode, I think. The battalion's backup once again comes out, but this time Mr. Epic falls. Now they're going to be moving in with the battalion's backup to try and claim a kill, but no, again, not going to be happening. The sentry gun brings down Mausch. The overcharge committed. It's those final moments. They realize they have to try and make a push. It's all or nothing right now. Moving in, the sentry gun still putting in so much work to deny them off that point. Now Lowpander trying to take the fight. They claim 2 more kills off them. Funds finds 2 more of his own. He might try and maneuver his way in here, but there are players already on last. And with that being said, I think this might just be the reset.
Yeah, just 30 seconds left. I guess ChampGG is gonna probably give it one last shot, and then it's probably gonna be another mid.
30 seconds remaining on the clock. It's exciting times here in the Team Fortress TV headquarters. Moving forward, we see Tiger now wanting to lead the initiative. He leads it in. The damage put in. The sentry gun immediately falls, but one more kill onto Tiger brings him down pretty easily. Kiskala still holding on. The point's going to start to get played. Is this the collapse we were talking about? The spy plays. Maros, he's playing it. Is this the damage? Can they do this? The swords are coming out. Jump, trying to put in the work. The spy plays. It's too late. Unreal.
Wow, the overtime, just enough time for them to cap that point. It's so close. I can't believe it.
I just got so into that last push that my entire computer disconnected from the internet. I don't know how much of you caught of that cast, but I was getting into it. Regardless, 8 minutes remaining. We're moving into the map. This time Tiger wants to not mess around whatsoever. He leaps all the way in. Gets killed almost immediately. Can they get any more? Still, Tom falls as well. 2 more kills. And Lowpander moving all the way in. Moving harder, faster. Mookie ends up killing himself in the process, but Maros has fallen a well. This is a difficult scenario. I think Sam is actually asleep. Hello? Sam? So, okay, we're having production issues. Sam is here. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Someone else is hacking his computer. I don't know what's going on. I'm making stuff up. But 7 minutes remaining. ChampGG on the back foot once again, holding on to this last. And the push is immediately going to be attempted here. The Uber charge gets committed by Lowpander. Moving forward just about in the nick of time. Turbo, I should say, going to be popping off his own. And Ubers does not want to put in any work into all. He's going to be backing off. Still, the Phlogistinator. Is that the Phlogistinator? Phlogistinator?
Yes.
The Flog? Yeah. I don't know why he's running that, but still, they want to try and make the attempt in. Tom wraps himself away around the back ends. He finds a kill or two. And immediately, once again, the push ends. So, a 1-round advantage on the side of the boys in red. And they are feeding players. I think they're tilted, honestly.
ChampGG got a little
feeding a lot.
They got a little too excited from that amazing like 1v1 with the spy and scout on last.
I've returned. My internet keeps cutting out. I don't know why, but still, look at this. Lowpander trying to make the plays happen. They already claimed 2 more kills apiece. The Ubercharge gets committed once again. So they do not successfully convert it into the 0.6 minutes remaining. Second point is already going to start to get capped up here by Maros. Muski just moving forward, but he gets taken down pretty easily, pretty early on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. What happens is, I keep... Basically, this is really bizarre. This isn't going to happen when I move out, but Granger Bob on Spy, he's dead. Okay, easy cast. I keep knocking my PC because I'm getting so excited, and it like knocks the USB adapter out of my PC and disconnects me. So I have to quickly stand up and put it back in. But regardless of that, they're going to be moving in anyway. A lot of damage being put out. Hildrift claims 2 kills. Tom and Maros going to be falling. Is this still doable for them? Uber goes for the attempt onto Turbo. Now the attempt by Lowpander's there. Moving even further forward. Putting in that damage. Hildrift going absolutely huge. Picks up a 3k on that fight. And eventually forces the ChampGG boys back. Still holding on to this second. Damage being put in. And there we are, a trade. Ubers for Maros, but not really trying to convert this. I think right now I'd be happy to stay calm, collected if I was ChampGG, and hold on to the second point. Hold on to this 1 round that you've got, you know?
It's only 4 minutes left. It's definitely the pressure on Lowpander.
They do not want to push. Lowpander. Finally, is this going to be the push through Saw? They look like they want to do it. They're thinking, they're umming, they're ahhing. They want to try and do it. They're getting excited. They're getting moving. They're going to start to maneuver their way through this Saw room anytime now. It's really just wishful thinking from me. Super wishful thinking. And Marosh finds the kill onto Mr. Epic. That push is dead in the water immediately. They back off. You've got 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining, lads. You need to do something. You're around down. Come on, Lowpander. Believe in the flex playstyle, even though I think it is kind of stupid.
Well, I mean, it's Mookie on Soldier. Direct hit Soldier, rather.
It's a difficult scenario indeed. Sticky's going to send flying. Will we see the push? 3 minutes. Almost on the clock now. I am hungry, Lowpander. I am hungry. Hungry for frags, but also some food. So anytime now you want to push, it will be greatly appreciated. There we go. The battalion's back up. This could be the maneuver. Straight through the Saw area. The spam coming out. And they have got scared. Potentially, maybe not. They're trying to maneuver their way in. Still. No. It was wishful thinking. In fact, Grendrabov falls to the lock and load pipe of a D-ski. So.
They got nothing done in that push. They got Maros like really weak, but I mean a sniper pick is not what you need to win a push against a team of 6 players.
I don't get it. They've got the Uber charge. They just don't want to pop it. They don't want to commit it. They're going to have to take an Uber v Uber here straight away. Lowpander realised this, but they've lost Mookie almost immediately. Once again, the attempt is going to be made. The Uber charge gets committed. They do drop Tom. This could be an opening for them. In fact, Adiski's been caught out of position in the green area as well. Is this going to be the push? How did Adiski not fall there? So weak. The arrow by Jom, keeping him topped up. Now the push, once again committed by Lowpander. They want to try and take this fight onto the logs. They found another kill. Mr. Epic moving forward. Tiger now following it up. These frags are going away slowly but surely to Lowpander. They're finding them time and time again. But Tiger with the quick 3K on that push. He's spotted Mookie. Gets off one rocket. Doesn't get a second one. Mookie wins the 1v1. And Lowpander, this is it. This is it. The beginning of the end. They found a frag, they found a round, and I swear to God, if Lowpander make this go to a golden cap, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything, but, you know, stuff might start getting thrown around the room.
That was a really poor push. Like, they took way too long to play off of Mr. Epic's damage, and if it wasn't for Mookie winning that 1v1, this pretty much would have been a ChampGG game. They would have capped second, and that would have been it.
Still 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. Oh, baby. This is what we were waiting for. This is it, where ChampGG choke, and it comes to the golden cap. This is it. I can feel it. I can feel it, chat. It's happening. They're going to be maneuvering their way in. The sentry gun does not get spotted. Finally going to be pushing them back a little bit. The Uber charge gets committed pretty early on still. Turbo holding on to his own. I think this push could be dead in the water, potentially. Lowpander still trying to maneuver their way in. Adiski with a 2K. He finds it a domination spree by Adiski and Turbo as they claim the lives one after the other. Tiger with the follow-up. 38 seconds remaining. The damage is in, but the results are almost all but conclusive. ChampGG. Oh my God. Are they going to win this? I think this is it. Surely, with 25 seconds remaining, Lowpander, they have to go for like a last-ditch effort. The vaccinator's being committed. This, if ChampGG lose this, I am actually going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to commit to anything because I think it might actually happen. The vaccinator gets popped off here. They need to clear this off. The sentry gun still putting in a lot of work. 7 seconds remaining. Please do not throw this. ChampGG. Adiski finding the kill onto Mr. Epic Putis. Gendrabov falling at the same time, and the collapse is there. The pipes by Adiski. It ends 3-2. Oh, GG is called. It's over. It's finally over. We're free. Holy Christ.
That was a lot, way closer than that had to be. There was a lot of... I feel like that was a lot more misplaced from ChampGG than it was really like Lowpander playing, like, you know, just outplaying ChampGG. That was just such a mess. Such a mess of a series.
Alright. Let's get the breakdown. I don't even know if you can break it down, to be honest, but Oh, goodness gracious me. That was... God. Okay. We've got news still waiting in the back. I'm curious as to your thoughts, news, onto what exactly went on in that fight, in that engagement.
Hi, Bren. So I think it came down. I don't think either of the teams really adapted how they were playing. I think it came down to the map. As I'm sure most of us know, stalemates are much more of a thing on Snakewater than they are on Badlands. Even though the meta's sort of been shifting to a bit more stalematey play in general in Europe, I think Snakewater is known for being hard to push last and lots of stalemates. And as I was saying after the first map, I think Lowpander do quite well in the stalemates. They're good at slowing it down and abusing the unlocks and off classes, or gimmicks as some people like to call them, to really make it hard for ChampGG to push. So getting the momentum that they need, ChampGG, it was too difficult for them a lot of the time against the stuff that they were being put up against. So I think ChampGG, they did alright, and they obviously did win at the end. There were some really clutch rounds with Marosh and the Spy as the round timer was going down, and the last push at the end there was really close as well. But they kept what they were doing, playing positions, focus firing, and I think the mechanical skill in the end that I would give the advantage to the ChampGG players. They did manage to find the picks and stay alive, and it was close. Like Lowpander did a really good job to put up such a good fight against a top team like ChampGG, but I think there was also a bit of a tilt factor there. I know Tom's quite an emotional player. Walker or Tiger is as well, and when he's having a bad day, Turbo can be a lot worse than he usually is. But Tom's the main caller. I think he might have been a bit tilted. That's why the Snakewater game was a bit more in favor of Lowpander than Badlands was.
Right.
But I think the rest of the players were all pretty consistent, and they kept doing what they needed to do. So I think I was expecting this to be a bit more in favor of ChampGG in terms of the score. I think it's fair to expect that this would have been 2 maps to ChampGG, but I wasn't expecting this on Snakewater.
Definitely, I think that tilt factor coming into play. Even throughout the game, I don't know if you saw the chat in the on the Twitch stream, but like the players were just going off at each other. You could definitely tell ChampGG were fully tilted on the tilt spectrum 100% of the way. The logs, I mean, is there anything interesting here for you, news or Hiipfire to the logs? Anything you want to point out in particular? Hildreth had a game, but was that just him baiting?
Well, Ubers did a lot of damage, though. He did 10,000 damage just on top of the server, and I guess Hildreth might have cleaned up a lot of those kills. Because Ubers only got like 8 kills, which is not very reflective of the massive amounts of damage he did, but yeah, Hildreth with the 25 kills.
Yeah, Hildreth 25 for 5 in this. That's really impressive.
Better demo than Adiski.
I think Adiski has a tendency to be quite far forward, and he wants to lead pushes and go in really quickly off small advantages. So a lot of the times against the sort of defensive and slow playstyle at times of Lowpander, he was getting caught off a lot, at least on the first map. But I think he adapted to play a bit slower, and that's why we see both the demos kind of sticking to their medics and not really dying that much.
Okay, I think we can take a look at the other slide, the medic heals. Ubers, as I expected, actually received the bulk of the heals, putting in that damage in that pocket roll. Hildreth following up shortly after as well in second place, so no surprises there. They did put in a decent amount of work, and yeah, all in all, no off classes on the mediguns for Turbo, which was understandable. I think that is what you need to do when you're playing against the Vaxnay and Gritzkrieg. And a lot more spread of heals as well, is what immediately shouts out to me.
I think at the start of Snake, obviously Lowpander went 2 rounds up, and they were looking to be in control of the game. And I think what ChampGG did to counter that, they needed to switch something up because it just wasn't working. And we saw a lot of Walker going sniper rather. 11 minutes of sniper is quite a lot for him to be playing, especially as roamer. Usually they have Maro snipe, but I guess they were happy to give up a soldier in a stalemate. And he was getting the picks, and he was doing consistently good damage. We can see 9 kills and 4 deaths on Walker from the 11 minutes of sniper he was playing. And they were using the picks to be able to push well.
Why has Tiger changed his name to Walker?
No one knows.
No one knows. He just fancied a change. Okay. There was a time in my casting career when I called him Figer for the longest time. An entire game, in fact. And it tilted him so hard, so unbelievably hard, that I might start to consider doing it again, even though he's changed his name to Walker.
I would like to see Turbo change his name to Jom Jom. I'm sure I echo the opinion of that.
But yeah, you could definitely see the turning point. They realised that they needed to run the sniper as well into Mookie's heavy on the mids, and that's when they just started winning time and time again, with the exception of the last round. But other than that, there was a definite turning point in that game when ChampGG cleared their heads and ran the appropriate off classes to try and counter whatever they were running on the mids.
I'd be interested to see, as the season goes on, if Lowpander react to how well this is going for them. I mean, if they can take 2 rounds off ChampGG in quite close fashion, I'd expect them to be able to beat some of the few lower teams.
Sounds popular.
But yeah, I think going forward, I'd like to see how much more or less off-classing and gimmicks that Lowpander try to use against other teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Relative frags by zone, an interesting one. The mids coming out in a dominant fashion, only just for ChampGG. And it's almost opposites as well. Lowpander's own second point, having the most frags there, obviously showing that they were successful in their second pushes more often than not. In fact, the majority of the time. Whereas Lowpander coming out on top on ChampGG's second point. So both teams really actually driving it forward. It seems like their second defenses were garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of second wasn't really Lowpander's strong point, but I think holding last and stalemates on mid, they were generally quite good, and ChampGG found it pretty hard to react to it. I think there was quite a few successful spy plays as well. Obviously, Marosh with the big one on Snake at the end with the 1v1. That couldn't have been closer. I think the round timer was literally on 0 seconds.
I don't know how much of my mic went through then, because I mean that was when my internet was disconnecting. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Hiipfire?
Yeah, the timer literally ended, and the only reason they got the point was because of the overtime at the end.
Yeah. Insane. And now you can see the kills during Uber. Lowpander coming out on top, but that's mainly the vaccinator effect really there. Almost equal stats and all. It was pretty equal. It was pretty equal across the board. Kill difference as well. Gringerbob killing Tom 7 times. Tom was actually, I think, quite tilted that game. You could see him typing it in the chat every now and then. But yeah, it was a bizarre game to watch.
Yeah, I feel like people kind of underrate Lowpander to a certain extent, because I mean it's not like Lowpander still has like a very okay roster. I mean it has like Mr. Epic and Ubers, 2 very good players. Hildreth and Mookie aren't like unfamiliar to Prem. Haven't played like I think 3 seasons for Lowpander in Prem a couple years back. I think same with Adekizakala and Gringerbob. So like this team isn't. It's not like this is just some insert random Highlander players team. Like these people do actually have a decent amount of experience in Prem. So, you can't underrate them.
Right. Yeah. I think we are pretty much golden, I think, in that aspect. The game was a long one. I think a lot of us were expecting a roll, so it's quite surprising to see. Interviews, I think we're not going to have them from any side. I'm going to eat food, I think, after this. I don't know what you guys are going to do. You going to eat any food?
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
I'm going to go to sleep. That match was too stressful.
I'm actually jet-lagged out of my mind, so I might go to sleep as well, but we'll see. Regardless of that, thank you very much for joining us tonight for the ETF2L Season 26 Week Number 1 match between ChampGG and Lowpander. It was an absolute pleasure. My name is Bren. It was brought to us by, of course, Sam on the camera, and we had Hiipfire and News coming in as well with the analysis work. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.